But today, you have given us the distinct honor of recognizing that tourism, amongst all the other ATMs, and we are conscious and wary that all of them have a role to play, Your Excellency, in delivering this country to middle income status. Your presence here is a stamp of approval, is a stamp of belief, and is a demonstration not just to Ugandans, but to the international community of your conviction in this tourism agenda we have started.
Tourism remains one of the most powerful sectors globally, connecting people, creating jobs, and transforming economies. In Uganda, tourism continues to contribute significantly to GDP, create employment across the value entrepreneurship, and attract both domestic and international investment. Your Excellency, as the private sector, we are the drivers to convert Uganda's rich tourism potential into real experiences. From tour operators and hoteliers to guides, transport providers, cultural enterprises, and youth and women-led businesses, we are the face of Uganda to the world. Tourism for us is not just an industry. It is livelihoods, opportunity, and national pride. Your Excellency, we appreciate government's continued commitment to tourism development, particularly in marketing, infrastructure, and policy support. We are especially encouraged by your consistent message on empowering the private sector as a key engine of economic growth. In that spirit, Your Excellency, we wish to respectfully remind government of its pledge to support the private sector more directly. As the Uganda Tourism Association, we humbly request the operationalization of a dedicated tourism fund that's accessible to private sector players. Such a fund would enable us to scale up destination marketing, invest in product development, improve standards and quality assurance, and ultimately position Uganda as a more competitive destination within the region and globally. This is not just support, it's an investment in a sector that delivers jobs, foreign exchange, and inclusive growth. Your Excellency, the private sector stands ready to partner with government in delivering Uganda's tourism ambitions. With the right support mechanism in place, we are confident that tourism can become one of the leading contributors to Uganda's economic transformation agenda.
Uganda must also protect its cultural heritage. Tourism is about languages, food, music, dance, and identity. I am a Katogo, blend of mixed cultures. Parents and communities must teach children to value traditions because culture is also a treasure that tourists come to experience. And lastly, protect regional friendships. I have visited Kenya, Tanzania, and Ethiopia. Tourism. When African countries work together, they do not just visit one country, they explore a whole region. Uganda is very special. I am told, Your Excellency, you always pack your own food while traveling abroad. Uganda is very special because it has the sweetest pineapples. Elsewhere, they taste like mururuza. Call it bitter leaf. As I conclude, this is my small journey of greening the Pearl of Africa. On 17th April 2025, I launched the 1 million tree planting initiative. With schools, churches, cultural institutions, NGOs, Rotary clubs, tourism partners, and roofings group, we have planted 540,000 trees across Uganda.
Permit me also to extend our heartfelt congratulations to you upon your recent re-election and inauguration. Your renewed mandate, Your Excellency, is a stamp of approval and confidence by the people of Uganda in your stewardship, your vision, and your leadership of this country. Over the years, Your Excellency, your leadership has laid a firm foundation for the growth and transformation of the Uganda tourism industry. The peace and stability that Uganda enjoys today are the great assets upon which tourism thrives. Through your unwavering commitment to security, Uganda has become one of the safest and most stable destinations in the region. The pacification of previously insecure areas, the protection of our borders, and the continued investment in national security have enabled tourism to flourish across all the regions of this country. We also applaud your government, Your Excellency, for the commitment to health and safety. Uganda has demonstrated resilience and capability in responding to health challenges, including HIV/AIDS, COVID-19, and other global public health threats like Ebola. This confidence in Uganda's system strengthens our image as a reliable and safe destination for visitors and investors alike. Your Excellency, your focus on infrastructure development has equally transformed the tourism landscape of our country. The roads, the bridges, the airports, urban infrastructure, and digital connectivity are key imperatives for tourism growth, and Uganda has made tremendous progress under your leadership and will continue to do more. Today, tourism destinations across the country are more accessible than ever before. Investments in strategic roads, bridges, city infrastructure, and air transport are opening up new tourism circuits and reducing travel time for our visitors. We particularly appreciate your support towards the expansion of air connectivity through Uganda Airlines, which continues to strengthen Uganda's direct access to regional and international markets. The opening of new direct routes is not only facilitating travel, but also positioning Uganda as a strategic hub for tourism, trade, and investment. We are equally grateful for your leadership in advancing visa-free arrangements and travel facilitation initiatives with several African countries. The digitization of visa application processes and improvements in immigration systems are greatly enhancing the visitor experience and supporting intra-African travel. Your Excellency, I'm pleased to report that Uganda's tourism sector has registered remarkable recovery and growth following the global pandemic slowdown. The chairperson of the Tourism Board mentioned the statistics. I may not go into that, but tourism has recovered strongly and has now surpassed the pre-pandemic performance in several indicators. The sector is firmly on the right trajectory towards contributing meaningfully to Uganda's socio-economic transformation. Tourism continues to create jobs for our people, especially our young people, to empower communities, to generate foreign exchange, stimulate investment, conserve the environment, and support multiple sectors of the economy through its multiplier effect. Indeed, tourism remains one of the clearest demonstrations that conservation and economic development can work hand in hand. Your Excellency, the Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo brings together exhibitors, buyers, investors, media, tourism professionals from across the world. The CEO elaborated on this, the number of exhibitors we have, the number of buyers, the number of hosted buyers. I know you were not able to visit the exhibition, Your Excellency, but we had requested that the people behind the screens show you some images of what is happening at the expo. And I hope that has been done. We warmly welcome our visitors who have traveled from far and wide to experience what Uganda has to offer.
On behalf of Uganda, I welcome all of you who are here. Thank you so much for coming. I want to start by giving you some few hints on science because I noticed there's a lot of panic created by people who don't know science very much about Ebola. I was watching CNN spreading fear through ignorance. Ebola is much easier to control than corona. Corona was one of the biggest problems in the world, one of the most dangerous pandemics. Why? Because it was spreading through breathing. Breathing. We sit in the same bus, even if I am some meters away, you can infect me. We sit in the same room, you can infect me with corona. That's why corona was very, very dangerous. And Uganda was the most country the most successful country in the whole world, I think, in controlling corona. We lost very few people, about 200 or something like that. You can check how many people other countries lost. Because many of the countries are not serious in fighting a disease. Here we controlled it with very few losses. Now, therefore, Ebola is nothing compared to corona. Ebola spreads by intimate contact. Mufachina abantu mbave kumba kwata bachi. Tumukwatako mutunule butunuzi. Contact, intimate contact. That's how Ebola spreads. And even then, somebody infected by Ebola is not infective all the time. It is only when the symptoms start showing that he or she starts being able to infect other people. And that is like after 5 days or 10 days. The whole period, I think they are saying that the incubation period is like 21 days. So therefore, stop shaking hands. I normally don't like shaking hands, and this is a very good excuse. Now, I just wave at you. Shaking hands for what? What do you want to do for me? Nkulabye Chimara. Then I saw somebody panicking, even somebody who was supposed to be a minister somewhere was speaking that person was a minister also, but speaking ignorantly. If you report Ebola RA, it is treatable. Why? Because you counter the damages that Ebola causes to you. Because Ebola kills by, number one, high fever. High fever, which damages your organs. So therefore, the doctors can control the fever. Can control the fever if it is reported in time. Then vomiting and so on causes dehydration. So early intervention, you rehydrate. You rehydrate the patient. Somebody who is infected can actually be treated by countering the effects of Ebola. So therefore, and then the CNN was saying DRC and Uganda. I don't know why my daughter Kagwa have not countered that. This was mainly DRC. All these people, the 500 or whatever number, then the ones who have died, they are saying 130 or something like that. All of them are on the Congo side mainly. And then one who died here in the Chiburi hospital had come from Congo. And then another one who is, I think, sick in Nakasero. There are few people. So the correct description of the outbreak is that it is mainly in Congo, but with a few people who came from Congo who came here. Now, when I met with the task force, we didn't agree with the panic of closing the border and all that. Because if people are coming illegally, we can manage them. First of all, if we work with the Congo government and tell them that anybody who has got a fever, please don't travel. Anybody with a fever, don't travel. Stay in your location and report to the health authorities. Then at the border, we check the temperatures in the bus, in the cars, we check the temperatures. And then we guide everybody, even when you're already here, if you get sick, you report immediately to the health center. We shall control it. I've told our people to look at the airline, because people were talking about Uganda airline. The vice president will chair a meeting and guide you. The one thing that should stop are the markets near the border, because those are very indisciplined. I hear there was a big market in Toroko, where the Ugandans and the Congolese were busy mixing up. Those should be suspended. The vice president and the head of civil service and the PS health will guide you. So otherwise, this is really very easy to deal with. It's not a big problem. And we have always dealt with it very easily. It's very easy to deal with. So please, educate CNN. And even some of the governments need education. I hear some of the governments panicking, giving this and that. Tell them that you saw a teacher who can help them at no cost to themselves. So, the languages, culture. Then you come to the foods. This Africa can save the world from bad foods. The young girl was talking about pineapples. When I went to Washington, they brought something called pineapple. But when I put it in the mouth, I could feel the urea. Umuhembero, banange. Chichigambo chiri awo nacho. I could feel I said, wait, this tomato coming, this pineapple that is from Hawaii. Small, but full of I think, chemicals, fertilizers. But here the foods are so rich, so original. I am now going to be 82 years old. I only eat our indigenous food. I never eat any, I don't eat rice. You are the ones who eat rice. Yeah, I eat our own food. So it's very important to inform the world. If you take like millet, millet is the richest food in life, apart from milk, of course. You remember Mata? I'm going to go get you. Because millet is a cereal which has got a lot of protein, a lot of carbohydrate, but also iron. If you look at rice, you look at wheat, I don't think they have that combination. So therefore, when we are inviting, we are now coming also to the issue of medicine. Our young people who grow up in the villages, seeing what their parents were doing, many of them have gone to modern universities. They are highly qualified scientists. And they have found a lot of, they have modernized what we have been using traditionally, and it's very, very effective. You'll be getting more stories about that. So therefore, when we are talking of Uganda as a tourism destination, it is for comfort. If you want to live comfortably, the only irritant has been the mosquito, these insects, but we know how to control them. I'm sure here you don't see any mosquito here because we can kill them. We don't have to be there. Otherwise, it's very comfortable to live here. So therefore, it's good that you have come. I need to tell you, Kagwa with her group, we are already a middle-income country. We are a lower middle-income country. So we are not struggling to become a middle-income country. We are already a lower middle-income country. The struggle now is to make it a high middle-income country in the next few years and a first world country in the medium term. That's what we are struggling with. And it is easy for us, other than sleeping. But I needed to inform our visitors that these Ugandans are fond of sleeping. Be careful about them. Beaucoup dormir, they say in Francais. Beaucoup dormir. They sleep a lot. Life is so easy here. Here, fools don't die. In other parts of the country, fools will die. But here you will get a fool who doesn't do any work, going and eating from his relatives. He's there. He doesn't die. So life is easy here. Some of the people don't work hard. But the potential is so huge. Our economy has got 4 sectors. So therefore, by you coming here, you will help us to advance our economy to high middle-income level status and first world country. Because of the colonial fragmentation, the borders are not rational. You find there's a lot of landlocked countries in Africa because of the colonial borders. But that's why politically we've been working with our neighbors, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, Congo, South Sudan, Somalia, to reassemble this part of the world and the whole of Africa into one market. That's why you heard us playing two anthems. One anthem is Uganda anthem, the other one is East African anthem. East African Community Anthem. That's why you heard us playing two anthems. We are very conscious. We've been working to remove the distortions of colonialism. I told you that we did not have much contact with the non-Africans until 1841. But our ancestors had contact with the coast. People from Zanzibar, through Bagamoyo, through Tabora, through Karagwe, we are coming here. Since time immemorial, excavation work has shown some items which were imported here in 900 AD from Mesopotamia, what is now Iraq. This was because of the trade between the coast and the hinterland, the internal part of Africa. So we have been working to reassemble that connected trading area. And it is helping us because many of the products we produce, the internal market in Uganda is not enough. We sell them in the region and in the whole of Africa. So therefore, in the new government, I would advise them to make it easier for the tourists to come, and because apparently one of the, I don't know why, they have been giving short visas of 3 months. But the Americans complained, say, we give you a visa of 3 years, that the Americans give us a visa of 3 years, and you give them of only 3 months. Why? What are you worried about? Give him of 3 years multiple entry visa. Let him go, come back if he wants. As long as he's paying his bills, are you worried about his pocket? What is your concern? He will not come without money. He will come with money to pay for his bills. So these short visas are not, I don't know why you people are insisting on them. We are going to discuss that. Now, finally, I will happily go to the park with you people. Just organize. I'll come and join you. With these few words, what do I do? I declare what now?
Your Excellency, you're officially opening the Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo.
I officially open the Pearl of Africa Expo. Thank you very much.
And we want to appreciate you, Your Excellency, again for sharing the facts on Ebola. And we want to appreciate you. And so, Your Excellency, since we're already having the photos, may I invite the tourism management team led by the PS and the former ministers to come. The PS and the former ministers, please come. Those include our commissioners and the Director of Tourism. Please come very quickly. Director Aja, Commissioner Liazi. We have the undersecretary. But also with us, Your Excellency, I mentioned key stakeholders that include, of course, the National Planning Authority. The Executive Director is here. Kato Issa, Vice President. Mona Lisa Aman, the Treasurer UTA, is here as a tourism ambassador, but also across the country. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
To create wealth. Wealth for the citizens of increased by 7.7% from last year, a 25-fold growth. Which 2024 was 4.850 billion from Europe, which saw a 208 million visitors. And as you heard, the PS from the branding rights under AFCON that we can deliver on our strategy.
Read the cards when we were coming. And the dress code was African. Ensure that there's more Ugandan suits that can be made so it can be part of our several heads of delegation. I want in a special way to introduce the Principal Secretary of Tourism Delegation, and I think Mr. Moiga, who is one of the delegates. Please stand for recognition that is leading up. Your Excellency, just very quickly, because we don't have too much time, a bit of over 250 trade visitors. This is a potential delegated this team to do a fantastic job in promoting destinations. The Uganda Embassy in Brussels, the Uganda Embassy in Tokyo, the Uganda Embassy in Canberra, the consulate in Arusha. All of you, please stand. It would be nice for His Excellency to know members of the diplomatic corps who are here with us today. The British High Commissioner, please stand for